Hello, I am High with Sky, or you can just call me Sky. My pronouns are he, they, and this is my OC or Sona Crash. Pronouns also he, they. We're going to be doing a pauser challenge today for my very first video here on my YouTube channel. So we're going to get right into the TikTok. We're going to watch, see what selections I got, and then we're going to hop right into the speed paint. And I'm going to do a little talk over while we watch the speed paint and kind of explain my process and everything. And then you'll guys get to see the final piece. So let's hop right into that TikTok. I hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, I have the pause challenge pulled up here. I had my fiance pick this one out for me. We're gonna go ahead and just watch it through real quick. Just see the different options that we have that they're gonna give us, and then we'll go back through and actually pause and see what we're gonna get. So we have body options. It looks like there's a lot of cool ones. Eyes, eye color, hair, hair color. I like that they have your you choose option. We have outfit, accessories, special characteristic, and color theme, which I think is really cool personally. I don't like it when they give you different colors for all the different things to pick from, because sometimes the color themes really don't go well together. And this gives you a better chance of making a, more cohesive character. So let's go through and pause. We got like scars, it looks like. Eyes, ooh, no pupil or solid color. That's a really cool option. Ooh, and are those brown or black? I can't really tell. I'll take a screenshot and zoom in, but dark colored eyes. That's going to be really cool, especially with the solid color eye. Okay, we have long hair. I like it. Kind of flippy. Oh, I missed the hair color. Went by too fast. Oh, black hair. Okay, this is going to be shaping up to be a really cool character. Outfit. Oh my gosh. This is going to all fit together so well. Next option. Ooh, accessories. Books. Okay. Special characteristics. Oh, again, way too fast. I was way too slow. Oh. Books again, that's so funny. I didn't mean to click on accessories again, but it's just meant to be that we got books because I clicked it twice. A very long eyelashes, alright. Ooh, and a winter color theme. Okay, I feel like all of these choices are gonna go very well together, so I'm really excited to kind of see how the character shapes up. So let's get into it. We are starting with the speed paint. So I saw another YouTuber do this. They actually made I think they called it a little guy, which had all the different things that they got in their pause challenge just to kind of help remind them of what they needed to add to the character when trying to design it. Just a little hint, I in fact forget quite a few things as we get into it. I start off solid, but I took a break in between working on this video and doing some other projects, so I kind of forgot all of the details I needed to add, even though it was right up there in the corner. Kind of silly of me, but it's okay. I think the whole idea of these pause challenges is to just make a fun character, something that maybe you wouldn't have thought of before, getting those extra tips from the video, the characteristics they give you, the little accessories and all that, to just kind of give you more inspiration for a character. I don't necessarily think you always have to follow the challenge exactly as it gives you. I first started off with a sketch here, just making sure we're hopefully going to get some proportions correct. I find if I just jump right into the drawing, it makes it a lot harder. I've gone in sometimes and just like tried to start with the eyes, the nose, just drawing the face. But then I always end up erasing it and going back and, doing my construction lines and everything. So I definitely think that always helps. Uh, I think it's funny. I actually redo the face so many times in this video. I was not happy with it at all. It really took me a while to kind of figure out what I wanted it to look like. The eyelashes there, I really, looking back at it now, they kind of look like kiss makeup. So that's really funny. Just the without them being filled in like that, it almost looks like the wild makeup that they used to wear. But I was really excited for this concept. I thought it all was gonna pull together pretty cohesively. Like I said during the TikTok portion, we had a lot of good themes come up that really went well together. We had a lot of dark colors. We had the whole kind of like goth bat, theme going on. And I really thought that it was gonna make it pretty smooth, and honestly it did. I did struggle at first a bit when working on this. It was pretty late at night the first time I started working on the video, so my brain was not pumping out all of the things that it needed to figure out what I wanted to do. So at some point I did pause. I think I went back a few days later. I'm not sure what happened to the start of the hair, but that's okay. Face is something, again, like I said, I really struggled with. But I really try to push through and just, the only way to get better is to just kind of keep going, keep practicing. Something I heard another artist say is, just finishing things regardless of like it being perfect, right? Just finishing things to what you feel is complete really helps. The reference over on the left hand side actually is from True Ref. They're a company I found over on Blue Sky. You should follow me if you don't. Highwaysky.gay. But they have free references available as well as paid packs and a Patreon, I believe, or their own website. I'm not sure. I'll link it down below. But this was one of their free references. I really wanted to make sure I had a good solid reference for the pose. That way I could really focus on the design of the character and not be fussing around with how I wanted the character to look. Because I'm not always the greatest at posing the character myself, from my head. So references are, super important, and don't ever let anybody shame you for using a reference. Always use references when you don't know what you're drawing, right? It's not going to be as accurate if you're just trying to draw something from your head that you can't remember exactly what it looks like. So use those references. On this look, instead of just following the reference exactly, I used the top and kind of like open topped jeans of the reference. I really thought that was cute with a little tummy hanging out. But I wanted to change up the pants, especially because we got the shorts and the fishnets in the outfit part of the pause challenge. So there was no real like specifics other than like the bat top. So I kind of went with the undershirt that came with the reference, which I thought was actually pretty cute. Oh, and if you've been wondering why the hand on the screen happens to be a red and black sleeve with like a red and blue pen instead of blue and pink to match this Crash, this design of Crash. I'll pop it on the screen right now over in the corner. Crash actually has quite a few forms. As I said earlier, Crash is my OC persona. He is what I use to represent myself. Crash has a bunch of different forms. He is a trans magical boy. My little VTuber guy here as his different versions, but yeah, that's just to explain maybe why the colors are different on the sleeve and pen versus
this crash design here. Although I do Basecam stream over on Twitch. If you want to go check me out, twitch.tv/Hewwwo. I do a lot of art streams over there and some gaming occasionally some crafting and other things. I really got stuck on the legs at first for a little bit because in the reference, of course, they have long pants on. So I wasn't quite sure what the legs should look like underneath. So I really wanted to pull up another reference to just get a bare legs in fishnets to kind of just get a general idea of what they should look like. And I procrastinated on that a bit. So I worked on the hair a little bit and then I was like, no, okay, let's go get that reference. Let's try to figure out these legs. I thought they were a little short at first, so we used the liquify tool there, which is a really handy tool. 10 out of 10 would recommend using it. And I'd actually grabbed both the sketch and the line art and then used the liquify tool to manipulate them. I like to sometimes grab both so then that way the sketch matches up with the skeleton that I put. It makes it a lot easier, helps me continue with the drawing so that way everything is lining up. I also grabbed a reference for some awesome boots. I know the boots in the video were a little bit higher up, but these still give the same kind of effect and they go with the outfit very well. When I went to do the second boot, I actually copied the first boot just so I could get the reference for the size of the boot and shape, but of course I had to angle it different because it wasn't quite at the same angle, but this way it helped me keep it all consistent and make it look like it was actually the same pair of shoes instead of two different shoes. When I went back to work on the head at first, I thought the ears looked weird. So I looked up a reference of bat ears. And if you look at the bat ears, they're actually more turned in at the top as opposed to how I have them turning up. But when I played with them a few times, I really didn't like how they looked. So I just went back to the way they looked before because I thought they were a lot cuter. They still give the same kind of effect. As you can tell, I obviously already forgot that her eyes were supposed to be a solid color and they were brown, but I had just thought I made them brown because of the winter color palette, not because I forgot that I got brown for her eye color. So I changed the color because with her brown skin tone, to see her eyes very well, and I wanted her eyes to shine. So I used one of the green, more bluey, like teal tones that I had gotten from that color palette. And I really thought that made it pop a little bit more and it popped with her outfit. So I've been trying a new technique that I have watched a lot of other artists that I really admire use, where they kind of do more of a looser sketch. And instead of going in and doing clean line work on top all the time and, do 17 different layers and everything so tedious, because I'm really trying to get better at just being looser and more free and just finishing more pieces, having a lot of fun with it, just learning a lot more, working on different things. Not everything has to be perfect, right? You should just make things. If you don't make it, it'll never exist, right? So make it first and then you can make it better if you want later. I'm really happy with how the boots look, how the shorts look. I think it really all came together. I don't think any of it clashes too much. Maybe that's me, and maybe I'm biased. I probably am biased. Let me know what you think. But, try to leave constructive criticism so then that way I can improve, Let me know what you think. Have you done this pause challenge as well? I would love to know. I would love to see your art. I do have a Discord, so feel free to come by my stream sometime if you want to get that link to the Discord. And I do have an art channel, and I'm always encouraging people to share their art. I love to see it. I love to see everybody's art journey. I love to give out tips when I can. I know I'm not the best artist out there, but I do think I have some helpful tips and tricks. Wanted to add a little bit of fluff to her ears. I thought it would be really cute. Felt like the ears kind of looked a little bit empty otherwise. I know some bats have fluff in their ears. Some bats don't. But yeah, I thought it would be really cute. And then I just added a background and a white border just to finish it off, if you like the video, let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more art videos. We have Twitch clip compilation videos that we put up on the channel. Like I said, I do live stream over on Twitch, usually 4 to 5 days a week. So come over and check that out if that's something that interests you. And stay tuned for the next video. Bye. Even though I am a Twitch streamer as well, the dog gay personally fits a little bit better.